What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday night so far. This is MYG Jeffy T 85 here, and I'm bringing you some breaking news surrounding the New York Mets as they have officially signed another catcher to their positional team going forward, as they have signed former Milwaukee Brewers catcher Omar Narvaez to their roster. He signed a one-year deal with a club option for 2024. So, the Nets are adding a little bit more depth to that catcher's position. They already got Tomas Nido. You already got James McCann, not Brian's McCann. James McCann. And now you're bringing in Omar Narvaez. And don't forget, the Mets also have their top prospect in the minor leagues in Francisco Alvarez, who is expected to make his debut throughout the season for the New York Mets after having a small stint with the team last year and obviously into the wild card round with the New York Mets. So either way, the Mets adding a little bit more depth to that catching position going forward. Last year, Narvaez playing with the Milwaukee Brewers. He ended up playing in NLEast. Narvaez last year played in at least 84 games with the Milwaukee Brewers with about 262 at-bats. He scored 21 runs. He had 54 hits that season. He had 4 home runs with 23 RBIs overall with a .206 batting average, striking out 57 times with 29 walks on the season. He had an on-base percentage of .292. He had a slugging percentage of .305, and he had an OPS of .597. So obviously you're bringing this guy in not for offensive purposes. You're bringing him in specifically for defensive purposes. So overall, the 30-year-old left-handed batting catcher, 5'11", 220-pound player from Venezuela is mainly going to be a defensive-minded catcher that the New York Mets are bringing in there and possibly compete for guys like Tomas Nido, as well as he's going to be competing with James McCann, and then, of course, Francisco Alvarez, which I believe Alvarez should be the starting catcher either way. But either way, the Mets are bringing in more competition for that catching position heading into the 2023 Major League Baseball season. At this point, why the hell not? Bring in as much competition as you can, no matter what the position is, and try to find out who is going to be your primary backup catcher going into the season. Obviously, in my opinion, Alvarez should be the starter. Without question, Francisco Alvarez should be your starting catcher. Let the young kid go out there and learn on his own. He's 21 years old. Let him go out there and see what he can do. Let Narvaez, as well as James McCann, if he's still here, as well as allow Tomas Nido to compete for that second, and if you want to carry 3 catchers on the roster, that third catching position. So you have depth now at the catching position going forward. Omar Narvaez has signed a one-year deal with the New York Mets. No details on how much money he's going to be making going into this contract, but he does have an option for 2024 if he hits some certain incentives with the New York Mets in the 2023 Major League Baseball season. But either way, another defensive-minded catcher added to the team to go with Tomas Nido and James McCann, and of course, the young top prospect, Francisco Alvarez. So that is your New York Mets update, free agent update for the Mets. Omar Narvaez signs a one-year deal, former Milwaukee Brewer catcher with the team last year. He signed a one-year deal with a club option in 2024 to add more depth to that catching position. If you like this video, hit the like button below. Sub up if you haven't already to NYG Jeffy T 85 for more breaking news, updates, chatter, and free agent news surrounding the New York Mets. Turn on the bell for notifications of the next video or short that's going to be dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Mets. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this news that the Mets have signed another catcher to go with the other catchers they already have currently on the roster, and what a guy like Omar Narvaez could bring to this team in terms of the depth at this catching position going forward. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday night. Take it easy, and as always, let's go New York Mets. All you gotta do is you gotta believe in those boys from Queens.